Awesome. Hi. How many of you guys are participating in the Mind Over Miles challenge right now? Give me a thumbs up. Yes, you guys are doing so well. Keep up the good work. I'll be sending you guys your results for the first week on Monday for your standings for after the first week. And for those of you who haven't started yet, we are only on day 4. Day 4 out of 61. So you have plenty of time to still get started and start racking up those points to win some fantastic prizes. And if you have no clue what I'm talking about, just look for the post either on my pages or on my website for all the details. Okay. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome into Wholesome Chats. I'm Ginger Lee, the founder and creator of Holistic Sommelier. I'm an integrative nutritionist, fitness instructor, holistic health coach, and a detox specialist. And this is our live weekly Q&A day where we get to jam together on living a holistic lifestyle and talk about some simple solutions for your everyday. Today, we're going to talk about the top 3 overarching principles of living healthfully. 3 things that people who are successful at changing their health do. 3 things that no matter who you are, where you live, what your health goals look like right now, these are simple things that benefit everyone. Sometimes we can get wrapped up in a lot of the micro things you can do to move your health forward, right? But today we're going to discuss the macro. We're going to pull up and take a look at the bigger picture. And these are probably not going to be new thoughts for you. It's all advice you've no doubt heard before. The difficulty is they're not easy to remember to do in our busy, full lives. They all require a moment of reflection, a moment where you pull back from all the micro stuff happening, the nitty gritty, to see the bigger picture and then make some intentional choices based on what you see needs to be adjusted. And especially with Cleanse Week coming up here in a couple of weeks, these are things I want you to be thinking about going into that week to help you have a more successful cleanse. And of course, going to have a fun giveaway at the end, so stay with me. All right, so let's get into it. The first principle of living healthfully is to live on purpose. What do I mean by that? Well, it's just a fancy way of saying that you have to have a plan. If you want to truly change something in your life, you need to have a plan. And developing that plan starts with knowing where you are right now. I want you to give yourself a moment to just tap in, to meet yourself where you are right now without judgment in your current habits, your current circumstances, your current schedule, and not what you used to be able to do, not what you wish you were, but who you are right now in this moment. And then to give yourself a little bit of a self-assessment, look at the actions and the choices that you make in your everyday. Are there things that are serving you? Are there things that are not serving you? What are those habits that are driving the course of your life, whether that be good or bad? Are they moving you towards a better version of you? Are they moving you towards your goals? Are they moving you towards greater health and vibrancy? And also, are these habits, are they healthy? Are these habits, are they helping others around you in your life, your family, your friends, your neighbors? There's some other things I want you to explore. What elements of your life feel draining to you right now? What elements in your life energize you? What do you get excited about? What is essential for you to prioritize right now, like spending more time with loved ones or caring for your health? What might feel overwhelming and like too much for you right now? And what do you think might be keeping you stuck or holding you back from the way that you want to feel? After you've given, some serious thought to where you are right now, without judgment, then start to think about what you want to change and what do you want to give it change to in a sustainable way. Can you maybe exchange something that's not serving you for a better habit? Swap something out. Is there something you can cut out altogether? Are there simple solutions or tools that you can integrate to maximize or optimize to make things more efficient for you in an area so that you have more time to reach your goals? You really want to take a look at those areas that you can affect a greater change. And when we're talking health, where you want to take some kind of action is in the trifecta, right? Your nutrition, which also includes your hydration, your sweat, which is in your movement, and your sleep of paramount, all three of paramount importance. We're actually going to jump back into reviewing the top 8 pillars of health in a few weeks after the cleanse, but these are the 3 to begin with when you're trying to really affect change in your health. And after you've given some time to explore where you are, take inventory, reassess your goals, then you decide on 1, maybe 2, and no more than 3 things. 3 things, areas of focus for you. Because say you've picked something that you know is a greater struggle for you right now, such as making the time to work out or even putting yourself to bed at a certain time, that has to be just your one thing, the sole thing that you want to focus on so you can get it locked in. And don't be afraid to pick just one, okay? No matter which one you start with, you will have a ripple effect happening in the other areas. So here's an example. When you get more sleep, you have more energy to work out, which makes you want to eat healthier. Or when you keep your hydration high. And a side note on that, your water intake, it's the simplest way to get started. Out of all the things, this is the simplest way for you to move the needle forward. So when you keep your water intake high, you want to eat healthier, and then you start to feel better, which helps you have better workouts, which therefore helps you sleep better. And you see how it's all circular? So resist the need to overhaul everything at once. Just pick one thing, especially if you struggle with something a lot, maybe 2, no more than 3. And then spend some time visualizing where you want to be in your health, how you want to feel, what it will be like when you reach your goal, to develop a plan of attack. That means you got to get intentional about your time, taking ownership of your schedule and your time demands so you can live on purpose. I know you've heard this before. Your time is a value statement. It's a statement of who you are as a person. You will always make time for the things and the people that you truly value and prioritize in your life. If you're not making time for something, it's simply because you don't value it enough. And often this kind of it ties in with a lot of our feelings of self-worth. If you don't value yourself enough, if you don't value yourself enough to be healthier, you will do everything possible to not do that workout or that self-care routine that you made, or stick to your meal plan. And we'll unpack some of that in the cleanse. But the point is, there's often deep emotional drivers to why we do the things and don't do the things that we do, and a lot of emotional roots to why we don't change. So formulate the plan. And then number 2 is start small. Don't overcomplicate things, right? Always start small with sustainable change. Sustainable change is much easier with small steps. You can't tackle everything at once, right? And I know the temptation is there to try to do all the things. Like right now, we get the gym membership, we subscribe to a new diet meal plan, we set the alarm for 6 a.m. We try to do it for a few days and then we quit on ourselves because we've way overcomplicated it, right? Actually, often when we're thinking that we need to radically change all the things right now, or I'm not going to be healthy, right? It's because you're really scared, really afraid of what that might mean for you in your life and in your home and in your relationships if you become healthier. When you start to peel back the layers on that, underneath everything is fear and uncertainty, which are really strong emotional drivers in our lives. And without going in too deep on that subject right now, just decide where you would like to begin based on what you've chose to prioritize, and then be realistic about what is manageable for you right now. You've heard of SMART goals before, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Spend some time thinking about what you realistically have the ability to change and sustain. Sometimes you need to start with just something that is so small that you can't say no to it. When we struggle with building new habits, or when we struggle and we fail, we assume that something just must be inherently wrong with us, right? And you hear people often say, whether they say it to another person or not, they'll tell themselves, I just need more motivation or more self-discipline, or I wish I had more willpower. But the research shows that it's not about willpower. It's a total myth. When it comes to building better habits, it simply comes down to a chain reaction that happens in your brain from certain cues to a routine to a reward. And if you want to do a little deeper digging here, Justin Thomas Miller, Charles Duhigg, they both talk about the myth of willpower and why it's our habits, for good or for bad, that drive our behavior. And of course, you guys know I love James Clear's book on atomic habits. It's one I keep on my nightstand. I refer to it often. It's an amazing book to help you understand that your life is built on habits and systems. So when we're talking about starting small, pick a new habit or a change that is easy enough that you don't need motivation to do it, right? Something that's so easy that it doesn't take much for you to do it, rather than starting with 50 push-ups that you want to do every day when maybe you can't even do one right now. Maybe start with 5. Or you want to go on this calorie restrictive diet because you want to, release weight when your eating habits are not the best right now. Maybe choose to focus on your water intake and including a green smoothie every day, rather than trying to force yourself to work out for an hour when maybe you're just not moving much right now. Maybe decide that you're going to dance it out for 10 minutes to your favorite music every day. You get the idea here, right? Make it easy enough for yourself that you get excited to do it. And then once it becomes a habit, you start to enjoy it and then automatically do it. And then you can add to it. Okay. The last principle that I want to teach you guys about is keeping a positive mindset, to be gentle with yourself. As we've already kind of touched on, building new habits is really hard work, right? And it takes a lot of courage to change. So, okay, so you spent all this time reassessing your goals, making a plan, and then you got to day 2, you had a bad day. Does that mean that that cancels out all the work that you've already done? Of course not. Of course it doesn't. Failure and achievement, they really do go hand in hand. If you're going to set goals, especially challenging goals, you're going to make mistakes on the way there. So getting comfortable with failure is part of staying positive. Failing at something is not the end of the road unless you decide that it is. That disappointment and frustration and the sadness that come along, they're all natural responses, and they can actually help drive you sometimes. But keeping a positive mindset, what that does is prevents those negative emotions from taking over and then halting your efforts and progress. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look perfect. Give yourself some grace. When you start to think negatively, notice it and then find a way to reframe it and be kind to yourself in your mind. When you make a practice of just letting things go, you have more energy and time to focus on what you want to achieve. So you can say, okay, that happened. Wasn't the best, but what can I learn from this? What can I do better next time? And when you get comfortable accepting that those failures and the mistakes, they're all just part of the process without letting them crush you, you're more likely to reach your goals. One of the best ways to help you stay positive is to keep a logbook or a journal that you write in every day. First of all, writing it down, you're already ahead of the game because most people won't take the time to do just that. But most importantly, logging your progress and writing out your emotions along the journey, it helps you to realize when you pick it up and you look back, what you've already accomplished, and to remember your why you committed to these goals in the first place. And that helps you keep going. So to sum up these 3 principles of living healthfully, you have 1, have a plan, 2, start small, and 3, stay positive. All right, hopefully this helps you get set up for a more effective cleanse in a couple weeks. And if you're like me and you like to take a quarterly timeout to kind of regroup and assess everything so that you can get into the next season or the next year with more intention on your goals and know where your priorities lie, this will be helpful for you too. So I have a super awesome giveaway for you this week. Break down. Sorry, they're fun. The giveaway this week is I am giving away 3 spots in my upcoming 7-day Wholesome Glow Cleanse. It is a full week of supporting our bodies with their natural detoxification processes through dense nutrition, daily self-care rituals, rest, reflection. There's a 100-page ebook on how-to guides and recipes. I'll also be leading you guys in 2 detox Pilates classes, giving you some daily coaching. You'll get support from others that are in the group Of course, there's going to be daily giveaways. And the best part is that once you're in, you're in. You get lifetime access. And of course, that all comes with a healthy glow. If you're feeling like you need a reboot or a kickstart or a tune-up, this cleanse will help you with that. And you only have to go as deep as you want to. Ultimately, we're focused on healthy habit building during that whole week, which for most people, they develop habits that they will continue with much longer after the cleanse, much longer after the 7 days. So, and if you are already in our wholesome community, you're automatically added to this for free. But you may know someone else in your life that could benefit from this program. So tell them to watch this video and enter the giveaway. So to enter, you are going to go to whole-som.com/events. And at the very top of that page, there will be a button that you click that'll say enter to win. All right, you guys keep up the good work on Mind Over Miles, and I will see you again soon. Bye.